Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today is the 12th of April. Last night I had an email um, from Cheshire Police, believe it or not, demanding to know what our day of action was because they had been informed that we were having a day of action. Bear in mind, this is an election campaign. And they wanted to know what we was doing, blah, 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 blah. If you want me to read you the email, I will read it to you. Let me see if I can, I don't know, I can take that down to a smaller screen. I think it's that one. I'll read you this email. You can imagine, we live in a police state, just to make sure that you are aware of this, because any police that think, right, that they can interfere with an election campaign and process. And if we'd been anyone else, any other political party, Conservatives, Lib Dems, the Uni Party, or even Reform, they wouldn't have said a word, right? But this is what the police said, and understand this is the false elected official of advisor, right? So he's not advising me, he's asking me or demanding information, right? It has come to our attention that you are holding a day of action in Runcorn on these dates, and that's the 12th and the 26th, right? Please, could you furnish us with some more details? How many people are expected? What is the nature of the event? Where was it advertised? And what time will it be going on, etc.? Right? Question mark. Who the fuck do they think they are? This is so we can ensure the safe running of the event. Who the fuck are you, right? Of the event and have contingencies in place. What's your contingencies? What, you want to bring in a riot squad like you did in York when we've got people on mobility scooters and Zimmer frames, right? Please could you CC false planning Cheshire? Are these people taking the piss, right? Into the reply. Many facts, Gareth, right? Now, if you want to know what my reply was, I will tell you. Gareth, two matters. Firstly, election interference during a campaign. On the 10th of April 2025, an individual deleted the English Constitution Party's Wikipedia page. This constitutes election interference, and we request your investigation. Should you choose not to investigate, we require your full reasoning, as we intend to apply to the electoral courts for damages. This may include claims of malfeasance against the police for failing to act. Were this any other mainstream party, we are confident you would investigate. Secondly, please provide details of how you obtained information about our day of action. This is critical, as we are experiencing ongoing harassment, alarm, and distress from a specific individual's relentless attacks. As you know, such behaviour, stalking, both online and repeated, is illegal. We have a simple photo shoot, details of which are on our website, which is under constant attack. Please remember that 10 local members and supporters proposed, seconded, and assented to my election. They and I, by law, have the right to universal suffrage, passive and active suffrage. This is a constitutional right and should not be discouraged by stalkers causing harassment, alarm, and distress, or the police acting on information from a stalker, therefore engaging in illegal activity instigated by the said stalker. The day of action a photo shoot. We are not obliged to report this to you, as it is a straightforward assembly, no difference from those of the other political parties. All our members are constitutionalists, upholding the rule of law, constitutional rights, and common law rights of the English. Most are working, retired, and struggling on state pensions, or are former police officers, military veterans, or disabled, with many using mobility scooters. Yet, because we are English constitutionalists and advocate for the fundamental human right to self-determination for all constituent nations of the British Union, independence and full sovereignty for England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Cornwall, we face targeting, not just, it seems, by the stalkers, but by the police, the state police, the British police. We have members across all UK nations and believe a Commonwealth rather than a forced union is the right path for all. And then I put a link in to our page on our website. By the way, here is a 93-year-old pensioner, Donald Burgess, in a care home with diabetes, one leg, in a wheelchair, with dementia. He was pepper sprayed, tasered, beaten with a baton, handcuffed, and thrown into a police van. He was eventually taken to hospital and died of his injuries. The two police constables thought they'd got away with it, but there is one group that ensured they saw justice: the English Constitution Party. I have attached a picture of Donald Burgess, who we will be saying a prayer for tomorrow. I will also attach a photo of the two police constables entering the court for a pre-trial review. Kind regards, Graham Moore. Now, my sign-off for that is leader of the English Constitution Party political and chairman of the English Constitution Society education. We have the right to defend ourselves and our countrymen and women. We fight for pensioners who worked all their lives whilst able and fit, who are now living in poverty due to this mismanagement and corruption via the state. And then there is a quote from Sir John Laws. He's noted for his extrajudicial writings in the journal Public Law. His most notable contribution, Law and Democracy, asserts that the Constitution would be undemocratic if it gave all the power under it to an elected government. Therefore, it is the Constitution and not Parliament that should be sovereign in the English Constitution. So again, people, I just want you all to be aware of exactly what it is that is going on in the background, right? So for no reason I can see, there is no logical reason for the police. This is a photo shoot, an assembly. I will be making a political speech there in the constituency that I was assented to stand in. I've never known them do this to any other group. So why us? What is it they don't like about the English? And can you see the level of suppression and oppression from the British state against minor parties that are standing up? And we have got a large membership and supporter base, right? From the constituent nations, and I include Cornwall in that, right? For self-determination. You tell me. And at every turn, the state media, the mainstream media, even the alternative media, so-called, literally goes against us, human rights. And we have the human right for self-determination. I just want people to be aware what's going on in the background, right? We will never stop fighting for England. We will never surrender. And we will never surrender our independence. Thank you very much. So again, don't forget, people, if you can get to us today at the old police station, Runcorn, again, I can read that out to you if you want me to read it out to you, or you can go back over previous videos and you will see it. I will try and put that detail in this message. And that's it. Thank you, and see you shortly.